To the point, informative, entertaining, and protecting the Second Amendment. Welcome back to Elfster's Rifles and Reloading and the review of the RTS Tactical Body Armor. Not only the plate carrier, but also the front and back 10x12 level 3 plus steel plates, the side 6x8 level 3 plus steel plates, and also the addition of the RTS Tactical 3 mag pouch on the front. Now, not to worry, we're going to get out to the range and beat up this plate right away. And I plan on beating this up with not only 9mm, but 45 ACP out of pistols. I'm going to transition over to a 20-inch varmint bull barrel with 223 or 5.56. Also an AK-47 and 7.62 by 39, a 24-inch 308 hunting rifle, a 6.5 Creedmoor, and to finish it off, if we can't pierce this plate with all those, we're going to nail it with a 338 LAPUA until we can puncture a hole through the steel plate. Now, before we head out to the range here, there's a few things I just want to get out of the way. Just to be crystal clear for you, my viewers, is first and foremost, I am an affiliate of RTS Tactical, but no way does that sway my opinion of this review. You're going to see it as it happens out at the range as we shoot this plate. And also, when we come back, I'm going to show you how I set up my plate carrier, overview of the plate carrier and the plates installation, and also my final thoughts. But like I said, in no way does any of that sway my opinion. You're going to see it as it happens. I did pay for everything that you see here, the plate carrier, the side plates, also the pouches for the side plates, and the front 3 mag pouch. I paid for that all out of my own pocket, other than the front and rear plates, and also this additional plate to shoot up that was sent to me for free from RTS Tactical, so keep that in mind. But like I said, in no way does that sway my opinion. You are going to see it as it happens. Now, obviously, this is not going to be any official NIJ testing of body armor. You know, if those guys are absolutely new, if you're not familiar with what the NIJ is, it's National Institute of Justice that tests body armor. And they do have set standards or levels of body armor, which is level body armor of 2, 2A, 3, 3A, and also level 4 body armor. And in this instance, this happens to be level 3 plus, which is actually not recognized by the NIJ as an official status of body armor. This is actually a level of body armor that's recognized by the industry, not NIJ. But with that being said, obviously I'm not the NIJ. I'm not going to be doing strategic drops of plates onto their face before I shoot it up or have ballistic gel behind them when I shoot it. It's literally just going to be me and my good friend Sean beating this up. But with that being said, we're going to give this a really good pounding. Like I said, not only with 9mm, 45 ACP, 223, 7.62 by 39, 308, 6.5 Creedmoor, and finally finishing it off with 338 LAPUA if we can't pierce through this thing. Now, for those guys that are absolutely new, when it comes to body armor, speed is king. It's really not the weight of the bullet. It's really about the speed. And anything up to level 3 or 3A, when that bullet starts to encroach upon 3,000 feet per second, it's a real threat. And that's where you might want to step up to level 4 plates. But in this instance, we are going to be testing at level 3A plus. So keep that in the back of your mind. We are going to be using our own ammo. We don't have any specific green tipped ammo. We're just using what we have, whether it's match grade reloads or any type of full metal jacket ammunition that we have currently in stock. Now, body armor comes in 3 different materials: steel plate, ceramic, and synthetic, something like Kevlar. And to be honest with you, actually 4. Some have a hybrid of the two, something like a blend of ceramic and synthetics. And each has their own pros and cons. Starting out with steel, some of the pros. One of the first pros would be the shelf life. I think most manufacturers usually say steel has roughly about a 20-year shelf life. And to be honest with you, as long as it doesn't take a direct hit, you're mostly going to be 6 feet in the ground before that blade expires. So it's something, personally, I don't think I would be concerned about. Another pro would be something like multiple hits. Steel plates definitely excel in regards to not only taking multiple hits, but also multiple hits in one spot. They're also thinner, especially when they have a curve like this to match your body, especially on the back side of the plate carrier if you're sitting in a vehicle. Much more comfortable in comparison to like a ceramic plate that's really thick. They're more inexpensive, and also you get more protection in regards to blunt force trauma. Some of the cons, first and foremost, is they're very heavy. Obviously, the heaviest of the three. Something you definitely don't want to be wearing all day, you know, 5-6 hours a day, especially if you're with other people during a training course for multiple days on end. This is going to be the last thing you're going to want to wear. You're going to be exhausted by the end of the day. And one of the other major downfalls would be spalling or fragmentation of that bullet. That bullet needs to go somewhere. It can't just disappear. And these entry-level plates with their entry-level coverings has a marginal amount of spall protection, and it isn't much. And they actually have an upgrade for a spall protection on these plates on RTS, and that's something you can definitely upgrade to. But after about, you know, you might be able to take 1, maybe 2, potentially 3 hits, but after that, that spall protection is going to be gone. And your plate carrier does have a marginal amount of spall protection, but I wouldn't bet your life on it. And, you know, obviously you're taking 1 hit, you're definitely going to move out of the way, so you're not taking the second. But with that being said, steel plates, that's probably one of the major downfalls. And if you're familiar with shooting a steel plate with a pistol all day long, you look at the ground and there's a cut in the dirt. That's literally like a grenade going off into your arms and your face, and it can kill you. So it's something you definitely need to keep in the back of your mind when you're making that purchase. Now, when it comes to ceramic plates, one of the biggest advantages is the fact that it's a little less weight in comparison to steel plates. I wouldn't say it's a dramatic amount, but it's definitely less. If you really want to make that savings, you're really going to have to look at synthetic plates such as Kevlar. You're definitely going to get less spalling with ceramic plates. It can absorb that bullet better, but with that being said, it can't take multiple hits like a steel plate can, especially multiple hits in one spot. And it does help with that spalling, less risk of that bullet fragmenting into your arms and your face. But like I said, there's more risk that it can actually penetrate that ceramic plate. They're also thicker in comparison. You know, some of these ceramic plates are damn near an inch thick, especially if you're sitting in a vehicle and you're leaning back. It can be very, very uncomfortable. And if you're going to be in a vehicle all day, that might not be something to look into. You might want to look at more like a synthetic plate, thinner plates, or an actual steel plate if you're not going to be walking around all day long. Another con would be the fact that they're more expensive, but to be honest with you, you got to look at the purpose and what you're doing. And I wouldn't pay attention to the price. It's really all about saving your life. And there is less shelf life when it comes to ceramic plates, especially you got to be concerned just dropping the plate onto the ground or taking a massive hit other than from a bullet. You know, it's not like a steel plate where you don't have to be concerned about that as long as it doesn't take a direct hit. Now, finally is synthetic plates such as Kevlar. You know, some of the pros with synthetic plates is the fact that they're ultra light. There's more maneuverability, especially if it fits your body really well. More concealability. You can hide underneath like a jacket a lot better. But with those pros, there's definitely comes a con, and the fact that that fabric can bend is the fact that if it takes an impact, that blunt force trauma can kill you in comparison to a steel plate that more times than not, as long as it doesn't pierce the plate or is not some ultra heavy bullet that can deform the back of the plate, you're not going to have that blunt force trauma on a steel plate in comparison to a synthetic plate. So it's something to keep in the back of the mind, and is, I think in my opinion, is a good reason to have multiple sets of body armor depending on what you're doing or the purpose. Another con with synthetic plates would be the fact they're very expensive, and there's also a definite shelf life to synthetic plates depending on the amount of use and abuse that they go through. Now, just to show you how at least I put on my front 3-mag pouch, this also goes for the side plate carriers. On the inside of the cummerbund here, you're going to see some molle weaving here. And also on the front of the plate carrier, there's also some molle weaving. And I'm not going to unweave all this, but just to give you an idea of how this works, especially for those guys that are absolutely new. I'm going to undo this one and take out this magazine. I'm going to unweave this quick.
So just to give you an idea of how this works, you can see there's a strap here at the top of this 3-mag pouch, and it's really easy. It just goes underneath and kind of stitches in, and it goes back over. And this is really easy when you do this in sequence. And right now there are 4 total straps here to attach this 3-mag pouch to the front of this plate carrier. And you can see I'm working my way through this weaving. And before I stitch this all the way home, you can see it goes under, over, under, over, and under. And on the very last part here, this just tucks right here. And it's really that easy. And like I said, there's 4 total to attach this 3-mag pouch to the front of the plate carrier. And it really is no different than the pouch here for your side plates. And right now, at least coming from the back side of the plate carrier, I have 1, 2, and that's where my plate carrier starts. And then I have 3 left over here. And when it comes to your mag pouches here, it's easier to put these upside down rather than like this. The bottom of the magazine is obviously going to be really hard to insert. So you're probably going to insert these upside down, much easier to insert. Now, keep in mind, these don't have a Kydex insert. So they're a little bit difficult to get them in, but once they're in with these rubber straps, there's a nice leather tab on here. You can easily pull this over and pull out your mag. All right, now that I got my 3-mag pouch attached to the front molly, my side pouches here for my side plates attached to the inner side of the cummerbund molly. Just to give you an idea where these are located, I have 2 molly stitchings here and 3 left open here, just to give you an idea on the locations of these side pouches. You know, right out of the box here, as this is shipped to me, I just noticed the quality of the fabric itself, the stitching. It just seems like really high quality stitching here. I don't feel like this is going to come loose. The Velcro seems really solid, very secure. But just to give you an idea, at least on the front side here, for those guys that are absolutely new, this lifts up to expose a massive amount of Velcro, and you can see how secure this is. And this is where your cummerbund would wrap around. You can adjust this left or right, and this folds down. And also on the front side of the plate carrier here, more molly and Velcro molly here. And if you want to attach your favorite patch here, right now I'm rocking the RTS Tactical, and more spots to attach more accessories. Your adjustable shoulder straps here, once again, very strong and secure Velcro. And even on the inside here, there's additional straps to tuck around your shoulder straps on both sides. So just to give you an idea on that. But let me undo this here. Now, at least on the inside of the plate carrier, there's very nice padding. You can see some raised areas of the padding itself for airflow, so you don't sweat as much. There are 2 straps here, just to let you know, and just to give you a better idea of what the inside of the shoulder straps look like. Flip this over. Now, at least on the back side of the plate carrier, more molly attachments, more Velcro up here for your favorite patch. Just to show you some of these buckles here, they are made out of plastic. They do seem very heavy duty, high quality buckles. There is a drag strap here. And once again, I'm just noticing the stitching on this. Very high quality stitching. I don't feel like this is going to come loose at all. This lifts up and this folds down, and this shows the back side of the cummerbund itself. You can see you got some more adjustments here to tighten up your cummerbund. Right now, I'm personally hiding these additional straps here on the side. So if you want extra support, almost like a belt to wrap around your waist above and beyond the cummerbund, you do have that option. So right now I have these hidden away, and these are very high quality. They don't feel like really chintzy at all buckles, where these can snap into place. So right now I got these hidden away, and I just kind of tuck them right behind the cummerbund. This folds over on that side. Same thing over here. Just kind of tucks away if you're not going to use that and you're just going to use the cummerbund. Now in regards to getting in your plates, just to kind of show you, there are 2 tabs here and more Velcro, and there is a plate carrier strap in here. And just to give you an idea of what the inside of this looks like. So I'm going to slide in my front plate. So this would be the back side. This is the front. You can obviously see how there's a little bit of a bend in this plate. So I'm going to slide this in for the front plate. And just to give you an idea here, there's Velcro. You can adjust this as wanted. And what this plate strap does is it helps secure your plate in place so it doesn't jostle around, and also keeps the bottom of the plate off the bottom of your plate carrier itself so it doesn't wear out. And there's Velcro to hold that in place. And then this wraps over. Secure these 2 buttons. Get your Velcro in place, and that's with the front plate inserted. Same thing on the back side, it's identical. And if you want, you can actually remove these straps and adjust them as wanted. Once again, on the back plate, you can see this would face your body, this would face out away from you. So again, this is nice and tight inside the plate carrier, even without flipping this over. All right, so the back plate is in place. Now you can see this is the inside of the cummerbund. This would be the outside of the cummerbund. So these are my side pouches for my side plates. This would be the, I suppose it doesn't really matter, but this would be the inside. This is the outside. Sticker faces towards you. This for the next plate. And that's it. It's really that easy. There's not much to it. Once you get this set up and adjusted for your body, you're good to go. Let's get this measured. All right, so I have the shipping box from my Forster coax press zeroed out on my scale, at least so I have something to set this entire beast of a plate carrier on. And completely loaded up with side plates, front and rear plates, 3 empty P-mags with a 3-mag pouch, 27 pounds, 2 ounces, 1.6 ounces. So yeah, this thing is really heavy. It's something you definitely don't want to be wearing all day. All right, so just to give you an idea, putting this on, especially for those guys that are absolutely new, just pull this up, wrap the cummerbund around, fold this down, and once you get this set up just perfect for your body, it feels very comfortable. I don't feel like these side plates are getting in the way of my armpits here. I feel like I can easily swing my arms. I can push out if I'm holding a pistol or a rifle, and this just feels really, really comfortable. And this is without the belt. This is just the cummerbund itself. And like I mentioned, when you're inserting your mags, if you do have this 3-mag pouch, you just insert them upside down like so. And just like that, you're ready to rock and roll. Now, like I mentioned earlier, this is 27 pounds with empty magazines. This is definitely something you don't want to be wearing all day. This is something for the ultimate protection on the sides for your kidneys, your lower abdomen on the sides, especially when you're shooting like maybe a rifle around a corner and you need side protection. You know, once this is completely loaded up, you are wearing this because you absolutely need the ultimate protection. If this is something you're going out to the range to practice all day long, maybe even for training purposes, you're going to be out in the range for 5, maybe 6 hours, multiple days, it's probably not going to be the setup for you. You are wearing this because you need the ultimate protection. And if you feel like you need the additional support, there are the buckles on the side with the strap that you can adjust, and you just wrap your cummerbund right around that. Now, just to hit a few more notes here before we head out to the range and beat up this plate. You know what?
good question is why do you need body armor? I think it's a really good question. You know, years past, I never really considered it. But to be honest with you, in the last couple of years, especially since 2020, I've come to the realization how fragile not only our nation is, how much little it takes to push a nation over the edge, but the world in general. And it's one of those things, I guess, it's better to have it than not to have it. No, a lot of people get body armor for such things as home defense. And to be honest with you, more times than not, when it comes to home defense, it's going to be split-second decisions. You're not going to have time to even put this on. About the only situation I could possibly think of is if you have a camera set up, for pure example, and you're monitoring the situation and you have time, 30 seconds to a minute to even put this on. But more times than not, when it comes to home defense, you're not going to have the time. Unless someone physically threatens you, says they are coming to your house, that's where something like this, especially with steel plates, you know you're going to walk into a situation that could be potentially dangerous. That's where something like this might be beneficial. Obviously, for training purposes, if you are doing training, like I mentioned earlier, you're probably not going to want something as heavy as this. You're probably going to want something lighter weight, more lighter ceramic plates, or maybe even synthetic plates. That's probably going to be the key thing there. Also, if there is no immediate threat, but you can't see into the future of what might happen, you're in a vehicle all day, you know, obviously for something like law enforcement, or you're going in an area that's a little sketchy, you might something a little lightweight, something more synthetic plates like Kevlar, something where you're not going to be exhausted by the end of the day. But it really is all about the situation. And that's why I think having multiple different plate carriers with different plates is beneficial. Well, enough of the BS talk. Let's head out to the range and get this plate beat up. All right, so we're just going to jump right into this thing. You excited to shoot this plate? So we're going to start out with a PSA dagger here. I got 147 grain flat points loaded up, and this is at 10 yards. So I'm going to try my best not to destroy my camera and hit that little red dot on that plate. So we're just going to jump right into this and see how this goes. All right, let's go check it out. All right, so this was 10 yards, 9mm. And that was 147 grain flat points. So no issues there, no penetration. Didn't really deform the plate really at all, did it, Sean?
No, it just kind of, on the side here, it's cracked a bit, the coating or the cover on the plate. A little
bit. But still, it's in really, really good shape. Next up to bat is 45 ACP, and this is the 185 grain XTP bullets. All right, so this is the 45 impact, 45 ACP, and looks like we got a little bit coming out the side here.
Yeah, I think that's what nailed me in the thumb.
Look at this.
Oh my.
That's crazy. But so far the plate's still pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah. Not coming through the back at all.
That's the sides kind of peeling right there, but no penetration on the back side, so that looks good. All right, up next is the 5.56, the 60 grain VMAX, and we move this down to 25 yards. And that one really took a punishment. Obviously, higher velocity in comparison to the pistol rounds, but no penetration there, so that's really impressive. Not too bad. What's the side look like there? So looks like it's coming together.
It's opened out a bit.
Like it's separating here just a little bit. It's not too bad.
See the jacket.
All right, up next is the good old PSA AK-47 with 7.62 by 39 Wolf steel cased ammunition.
Oh.
So let's take a look at this thing. Yeah, it's 7.62 by 39, 25 yards. It's definitely starting to delaminate here on the front cover, but no penetration, and yeah, it's still pretty solid. Let's keep on going for the next cartridge. All right, so up next is the good old 308.
Oh my.
Didn't like that. Didn't like it at all. Well, our camera's at least in one piece. That's good.
Oh, you hit it dead on.
Well, I hit that.
You hit it dead on.
I hit that bad boy dead nuts, didn't I?
Yeah.
Holy smoke, still no penetration with a 308. Damn.
Seems like you can feel a little bulge there.
Yeah, but still, the fact that it didn't penetrate at 25 yards with a 308, I mean, that's super impressive.
Fenn Scar 20S and 6.5 Creedmoor suppressed with a Sandman L by Dead Air.
So this is 6.5 Creedmoor, 25 yards. Holy. Front plate cover is now gone. It is off. And holy
barely
smokes. It didn't penetrate. 25 yards, 6.5 Creedmoor. That is freaking impressive. Awesome. What do you think so far, Sean?
I'm impressed. I thought,
huh.
Yeah.
So yeah, let me zoom in on this a little bit.
Huh. It seems like the 6.5 did a little more than the...
Yeah, a little more velocity, right? That's what kills plates is velocity. All right, I guess we'll move on to the next cartridge. I'm going to rewrite these. I'm going to rewrite all these cartridges on the bare steel here now. All right, so on the left there is 6.5 Creedmoor, and on the right is 338 LAPUA. That's how they actually pronounce it. LAPUA. But explain what you got here, Sean.
Well, the 6.5 Creedmoor is 120 grain match ammo by Hornaday. The LAPUA are my reloads. That's the 300 grain Sierra Match King.
If that doesn't pierce this damn thing.
Well, if that doesn't pierce it, dude, I have total faith in this system.
Oh man, that is sexy. Let's get this thing pierced.
4,000 foot-pounds energy.
This is awesome. Well, I think for the 338 LAPUA, I'm definitely going to move this camera back. Probably right about there. Otherwise, I'm probably not going to have a camera.
Okay.
All right, let's give her hell. Man.
2.
Boom.
Booyah.
All right, let's go check that bad boy out. Oh, that's awesome. Clear?
Clear.
Camera is still alive. Oh, yeah. I guess that's what it takes is 338 LAPUA.
Almost.
PUA, whatever you want to call it. Oh, yeah. You know, that's really impressive. The fact that 9mm, 45 ACP, 5.56, 7.62 by 39, 308, 6.5 Creedmoor. Oh. And it took a 338 LAPUA to pierce this bad boy. And it went all the way through. And see if you can peel that back. Let's see if we can inspect it.
Here, let me grab it.
You should be able to just yank on that thing. Try and do this with one hand. Oh yeah, look at that.
It pierced it, but it didn't penetrate.
What?
Well, it's slight penetration.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't really go through, did it? I mean, did it go through?
It penetrated, but it didn't pass through.
It didn't pass through on a 338 LAPUA.
It's like 50 BMG Rufus going through AR 500.
That is crazy. I'm impressed. I'm really impressed.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Because that's what a 50 looks like going through AR 500.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, it didn't. Yeah, I don't think it really went through, did it?
No, it just penetrated, but it didn't pass through.
Want to shoot it again?
We can if you want.
Yeah, let's. All right. So this is the second one here. 25 yards, 338 LAPUA.
Slight penetration, slightly.
Slight, but it still didn't go through.
Nope, no pass through.
Holy cow. I'm impressed. I'm beyond impressed. That is crazy.
We can get a hold of a 375 Shy Tack and a 50.
Wow, I think that's good enough. But wow. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Well, okay, I would have no issues putting my life behind this plate. I mean, that is unbelievably impressive.
It is.
I mean, the fact that we went through all that, and usually, obviously, this weekends as we go, and to go through
9mm, 45 ACP, 5.56, 7.62 by 39, 308, 6.5 Creedmoor.
And then twice with 338 LAPUA. One, I would say, did pass through, but the other one didn't. And that was the second shot.
Yeah, the second shot did not pass through. It slightly penetrated.
Slightly penetrated, but it did not pass through. At 25 yards, I thought for sure, even on the 308, it was going to fail. But
And what I'm curious is what would happen with the plate carrier, with it being in the plate carrier, where the shrapnel is going to go.
yeah, that's spalling. And I don't know, but, you know, very affordable plates. And obviously, it went beyond my expectations.
Yeah.
And,
Any small arms fire, you're fine.
yeah.
As long as it hits a plate.
Wow. Well, I'm impressed. Let's take this back to the reloading room. So we're back from the range here, and I would say I'm more than impressed with this level 3+ plates. You know, obviously we're not dealing with armor piercing ammunition here, green tips or whatnot, or even ammunition that's well north of 3,000 feet per second. You know, mostly match grade ammunition, but there's a reason why I picked these particular cartridges: 9mm, 45 ACP, 5.56, 7.62 by 39, 308, and 6.5 Creedmoor. Is they're very typical and widely used cartridges, other than the 338 LAPUA, which obviously we had to use to actually pierce this thing. And the only real deformation that we got here was from the 338 LAPUA. And, you know, this is something you definitely have to be concerned about. Obviously, just the shock of something that large in regards to a cartridge that big. I mean, we're talking just short of a 50 BMG, a lot of energy hitting this plate. But I would say right out of the gate, more than impressed. About the only real dimples I can feel here, and they're very slight, is the 308 and 6.5 Creedmoor. Otherwise, nothing else on the pistol cartridges and the 5.56 and the AK ammo. You know, as for the base protection, you know, some slight spall protection or fragmentation protection. The only bullet that did pierce was obviously that first shot from the 338 LAPUA, which at that point the back protection was completely shot, and the front protection, in my opinion, was completely shot past the pistol cartridges. By the time we hit that with a 5.56, I would say it was totally shot. But for 1 or 2 rounds of very marginal spall protection, that base course did help. And obviously, like I mentioned earlier, they do have upgrades for more spall protection. But all in all, I would say I'm more than impressed. I would definitely have no issue putting my life behind this plate. And like I said, the plate carrier, in my opinion, is very well constructed. The fabric and materials are high quality. The stitching is high quality. And I think for this situation, I think this is going to be perfect for me, especially for someone that's, one, is not going to be wearing body armor that often. If I have the time to put it on, that's great. And I'm going to get some really, really good protection for not only pistol, but rifle rounds with this setup. And I think in the future, I plan on doing a, part 2 to this series in regards to trying out a different plate carrier with maybe more synthetic plates or ceramic plates. I think, like I said, I think it's a good option to have multiple plate carriers with different plates in your arsenal. Well, I hope you enjoyed this first part of this body armor series. And for me, I'm learning as I go too, and I find this exciting. You know, it's something that you typically never thought you need body armor for, but like I mentioned, in the last couple of years, I think it's becoming not only more popular, but warranted. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Hit that notification bell. If you can, become a Patreon. It helps out more, you know, and I will see you guys in the next part of this body arm series.